But yeah, popping out like that and going into, you know what I'm saying, going into the draft process, being a top pick, bro, or top prospect. I'm sure that whole offseason was just.
Yeah. I mean, the problem, just me being honest, bro, like I said, you know, some people grow up and all they want to do is play football and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I was still torn, like being a YN, fam. I was still being a young nigga, bro. Like,
he said I was still
like
being a YN.
so it was like certain things that I shouldn't have been doing and being around. Like I was still around that just because, you know, I'm from Kansas City, bro. Like that's an hour and a half down the road. Like it was just a lot of stuff that wasn't necessarily good for me to be around. You know what I'm saying? In situations like this, like if my son is coming out and he's got all the accolades that I had at this time and all that, bro, I'm going to do my best to sit his ass down and get him out the way.
Right.
And not to say that my mama didn't do that, but I was not.
Yeah, I'm about to say, after you leave and you be at school, you on your own man type shit. Like,
you know what I'm saying? So I wasn't hearing the stuff that I should have been hearing, you know what I'm saying? So definitely going into the draft process, you know, I'm supposed to go 3 to Jacksonville or 5 to Atlanta, and then I get a drug case.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like...
Yeah, because I want to say I didn't necessarily have a drug case, but I had, some drug tests. That story came out. They put out the article, and that was a week and a half before the draft and all that shit. So, you know, I'm being, you know, one of the top 5 corners and all that shit. And then that story come out, and then, you know, my stock dropped a little. Stock dropped a little bit, and ended up going in the second round. So I guess talk about that whole situation, and I guess how you how you maneuver through that.
Yeah, bro, that shit was, bro. Looking back on it, it was probably one of the wilder moments of my life as a young adult having to deal with, because I didn't have the cleanest track record coming out of Mizzou, doing YN shit. You know what I'm saying? But
you had tests, or you was actually
like
getting
I failed the drug test. I was getting in trouble. Like when I was at Mizzou, bro, like I would say not even just at Mizzou. Shane as a person at this time period, like I had experienced a lot of trauma, fam. Like you know what I'm saying? So a young man, and you know, my pops not being there, and just all the things that go with that, bro. Like, bro, my attitude and the trouble I was getting in, I was just, bro, they almost got me out of Mizzou twice, 2-3 times. I got kicked out of Mizzou.
Damn, you got kicked out?
I had to readmit to Mizzou.
Oh shit.
Twice. Yeah.
Damn.
And then it got to the point where, you know what I'm saying, like, you know how you'll have like the 5:30 workouts and shit like that.
Yeah, the punishment workout.
Yeah, I'm missing them.
Oh,
damn.
Oh yeah, you real white.
You
real white.
Bro, like woke the whole team up. Like it was like that, fam. But it was because I was just dealing with so much, like emotionally, I didn't know how to
other shit. Yeah, you didn't know.
You know what I'm saying? And then at the same time, it's like football was the escape. And you redshirted me. So now I don't have the escape, and I'm doing all this extracurricular stuff.
Yeah.
So
red shirt didn't do that to you.
Yeah. By my red shirt junior year, I had calmed down a lot though. I wasn't like in a whole lot of trouble like that. Like, but they was driving my ass to class that junior year.
Oh no.
Yeah, they was like, you
going to car service to class.
They was like, you going to class, and they would sit outside my class, like all that. So you know, that's what they was doing. And then when it was time for the draft, bro, I was, bro, going into the draft, I had my agent drop off $700,000 real quick to me. You know what I'm saying? I got paper.
Well, damn.
I'm 20 years old. I wasn't even 21 yet. I'm 20 years old. Got bands on me, you know what I'm saying? In Kansas City. Bro, I'm doing the dumbest shit. I'm about to go and be the number 3 pick in the draft. Like,
yeah.
But it just lets you know where my mindset was. I wasn't thinking big picture, you know what I'm saying? So I end up doing something. The crazy thing is I'm not even smoking at the time that I got busted for this shit. I'm doing something for somebody who's close to me, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like I was just randomly doing some shit, but I was picking up some weed for somebody, got busted picking up the weed that wasn't even for me. And then, you know, the rest of that part is history, bro. You know, next thing you know, because I did the Stephen A. Smith and all them, you know, I did all the car washes, what they call it. And, you know, I'm on there talking about my story and shit. You know, people fuck with you and feel you. But when you get in trouble,
it's over.
Bro, he was up here, he's a liar, and he's
my God, that shit crazy.
Bro, I'm 20 years old from the hood. I ain't never had money, ain't never had nothing like this. No, like football wasn't even in my motherfucking realm. So
Yeah.
to experience all these things, it was, I didn't have no coach. So
Okay.
I made my mistakes,
Right.
which, it is what it
Yeah.
is. You know what I'm saying?
Young boys ain't had no blueprint.
Nah.
Ain't really have, I guess, like somebody
The guidance.
the guidance. And like you said, didn't really have like an outlet, didn't know the right ways to, deal with the shit that went on in your life. And then you just out there trying to make a way. Like, fuck it.
You drinking, you partying, you not realizing like the bigger picture.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget, bro, my mom is so real, bro. My mom was like, she looked at me one time. This was before I had got in trouble. And mind you, before I had actually got in trouble, I had got into 2 more situations that I had got out of. You know what I'm saying? So I'm already playing with fire.
So you already like shit. I didn't got out a few situations before. I'm cool. I'm untouchable.
I'm already playing with fire. My mama looked at me and mine. She said, "You gonna fuck this up." She said, "You gonna fuck this up because you can't sit your ass down somewhere." Just like that. I'm like, man, he tripping.
Ma, you tripping, bro. Ma, chill out, ma. Like, yeah, we gonna be good. We gonna be good.
Next thing you know, I'm on the ESPN ticker at the airport. Shane Ray, Draft Academy. I'm sick, bro. Like,
damn.
And from then it was just tough because, I already feel kind of misunderstood by the public, especially if you don't really know me from the outside looking in. People kind of look at me and be thinking that maybe I be thinking, light skin shit. They think you light skin, they think you cocky or whatever. I keep to myself because I've, just experienced. And once I know you, I open up. And that's how I've always been. And then when you my boy. But like from the outside looking in, it was just like a lot of hate, like people not really knowing me. And, you know what I'm saying? It was tough because now I'm fighting all of these, oh, he's this and he's that or whatever. And I'm just like, bro, like, I just made a mistake. Bro.
Is it his character?
Yeah.
He's not making good, so he's bad people and all this and that. And it's crazy, like looking back on it now, because I mean, my situation not as, I didn't necessarily have something that I got in trouble for, but still the same, it's, the same type narrative, like, oh, he smoke, he bad kid, this and that. And it's crazy, like looking back on it now, because all of that shit is different now. Like they're not even testing for that shit. It's different for the league.
For it now,
like the levels is so low, bro. Like you can smoke and then go take the test. Yeah. Don't
do that. Don't do that. But yes, you could, like being a part of that like process, that program. Like we know, like you could go smoke and go take the test, and they're past that bitch for real.
So, bro, like it's a whole different. The leniency on it is completely different. Like they at that time they looking at me like I'm a fucking criminal. Like you know what I'm saying? I
fucking druggy.
They was like he thinks he's the trap god.
Hell no, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So dealing with all that, bro. Like even the experience of actually going to the draft, fam. Like it was crazy. I don't know if I ever told that story, but. I don't know if we got time, but
no, we got time.
Yeah. Man,
you went to the draft,
bro. I went to the draft,
suited up, all that.
Man, look, so sit up while I tell this story. This one of the ones. So all this drama is going on. You know what I'm saying? I'm already in trouble. They talking about me, all these type of things. So I'm like, I'm not going to the draft. I told my mama, I'm like, I'm not going. So I have to go there and be embarrassed and all these people.
Be a spectacle, damn near.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be a show. And my mama looked at me. I told you, my mama a real ass person, bro. My mama was like, you're not gonna let these people take what you've earned.
Yeah.
Like she was like, you gonna go to this draft because you earned this. Regardless of what they're saying about you, you deserve to be here. I'm like, man, I'm not going. To the point where I almost missed my flight. My family got together, got me to the airport.
Intervention on his ass.
Got me to the airport, got me on, and they was like, don't even worry about us. We'll catch the flight later. So I flew there myself.
Yeah.
Man, as soon as I get off the plane, they got the cameras and shit. While I'm walking out, and it's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I get to the airport, I call my agent. My agent pulls up and he's like, hey, man, like, I just want to let you know this is going to be a whole different experience than what you might have thought it was going to be. We got to do some quality control. So I'm like, all right. He was like, first off, I need you to be honest with me about all the shit that you've been doing and blah, blah, blah. So I give him a rundown.
Yeah.
Tell him, he's like, all right, cool. Get that out the way. Second, he was like, now we got to get on the phone with all these teams and we got to call every team and talk to them and tell them what happened, this, that, or whatever. So while everybody else is doing like the play 60 and this, that, or whatever, blah, 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 I'm in the room on the phones with teams all day. Like,
damn.
And you know they grilling me.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
They're like,
I'm going to say the combine.
Yeah,
same
you know they grilling me.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So they like, oh, what could you possibly? I'm like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? I made a mistake, whatever.
Right.
So fast forward a little bit, you know, they got Chris Carter involved and shit. And the night before the draft happens, Draft Academy comes on the TV and they talking about me, how I'm all in trouble and shit like that. And bro, I just broke down, fam. And it was a bottle of Crown. I drank a whole bottle of Crown. I drank a whole bottle of Crown, bro. And I'll never forget my high school coach, who also is a pastor. He carried me to the room and he prayed for me. Like, even in that moment, I was crying and shit.
Yeah.
And he prayed for me, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, you're going to be all right. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're going to get through this, whatever. Woke up the next day, Chris Carter and them is all there. You know, obviously it's a spectacle. Like, it's all this shit, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I get to the green room. I'm mic'd up. Now, as I'm mic'd up, like, I don't know what's going to happen. This is the most emotional moment. Like, I'm in the green room, pick after pick is going. So, but when the picks start going, I'm like, well, I already know that I'm not going through to Jacksonville no more. They're not going to invest that in me after just dumb shit I just did. So they took Dante Fowler. But Atlanta was on the phone with me all the way to the day of the draft. Like, and Atlanta's telling my agent, no, he's our guy. We're still going to pick him. He's coming to Atlanta. And then that next morning, the tone changed. And they was like, yeah, like our GM, he just, ever since everything that happened with Michael Vick, we're kind of like,
all right, bro. All right, Dimitrov.
You know what I'm saying? Dimitrov. Yeah, Thomas Dimitrov. Damn. Yeah, they was like, yeah, you know, ever since what happened with Michael Vick, we trying to keep a clean slate. So they ended up choosing Vic Beasley.
Yeah,
now I'm mic'd up. They got the camera on me right now, looking at my reaction. Bro, I'd be lying to you if I didn't tell you I was losing it in there. Like, when I say losing it, I mean I'm talking crazy. Yeah. Like, these bitch ass motherfuckers talking crazy. Like, no, fuck. Then they got the camera on me like this. My mama and them is like, Shane, please calm down.
Calm down.
I said,
Shane.
no, man, fuck that. Like, bro, I don't give a fuck. I done ripped the mic off and slammed the mic on the table. Man.
Oh shit.
So,
oh shit.
You know what I'm saying? So it's getting
yeah, it's getting like that.
It's getting like that because now it's pick number 10. And it ain't I don't know what's going on, 11, 12. I'm losing it. And then they got the camera in my face, so I feel stupid. And, you know, all the emotions naturally you would feel as a fucking 20-year-old going through that shit. And then it got to like 19, bro. And I told my mama, I was like, man, if I'm not gone by like 22, I'm getting up and I'm leaving. Yeah. And so 22 came around. I started trying to get up. And my grandma switched seats with my mama. My grandma grabbed me. She locked her arms with me. She was like, nah, you gonna...
Go ahead, Granny.
You gonna sit through this.
Go ahead, Granny.
So 24, 25 come around. I think I was like 26 pick. My phone's ringing and I see the area code. And I'm like, who the fuck is calling me?
Right. Who the fuck is this? Who the fuck is calling me? That's like, always, who the fuck is this, nigga? I'm waiting for a call from a job.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, who the fuck is this? Like, who playing on my phone? And it ended up being, you know, John Elway and the Broncos. But let me rewind a little bit. The night before the draft night, I had to fly back out of Chicago because it was in Chicago. I had to fly out of Chicago into Kansas City because I had a meeting with the Colts and the Colts and the Cardinals. So the Colts was like, we're going to take you with the 31st pick. Because I think they had the 31st pick and they had Andrew Luck. They needed some pass rush help. They was like, we're going to take you with the 31st pick. You're not going to fall out the first round. So that was like my safety net. Yeah. And they couldn't meet with me at Chicago. It was against some like rules or some shit like that. And then I'm on the phone with Bruce Arians and he's like, hey, we're going to put you in the same program. We put Tyrann Mathieu in and you're going to be fine. We're going to draft you with the 24th pick at Arizona. So I'm like, oh shit, okay, I'm going to go to AZ. If I don't go to AZ, I'm going to go to the Colts. The Broncos, the only time I had met with the Broncos was when I had went to the combine deal. Right. Yeah. And I met with them. They had Wade Phillips and shit. And Wade Phillips was like, hey, I love the kind of player you are, blah, 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 but we ain't even going to be able to get you. Like, because they had just came off that year with Peyton. You know? Yeah. So I'm like, shit, all right, whatever, cool. And then fast forward, they traded up and grabbed me. So it was just a crazy, just all of that whirlwind, bro.
Oh yeah,
I can't even describe the emotions, bro.
I could imagine, fool, because I end up like getting a call late. I want to say this was probably like it was like 4 or 5 days before, and they called me. It was like, well, we didn't have some guys drop out. Do you want to come? I was like, boy, fuck no. I'm going to the crib. I'm going to kick it with my people type shit. So I could imagine going and doing all that shit with, you know, the stuff that you was dealing with. Like, that's a crazy ass.
Yeah, it was crazy, bro. Like
crazy ass.
It's already stressful enough in itself, and then all that other shit. You know what I mean? The whole, like you said, the spectacle adding on it.
It was super emotional. You see my grandma right there.
Oh yeah,
she wasn't letting me go.
Yeah.
She wasn't letting me go. She was like, "Sit your ass down, boy."
Shout out to Granny, man. Hell yeah.
She said, "Sit your ass down. You ain't going nowhere."
That's love.
But yeah, bro, that whole moment right there, fam. Like you ain't. And shout out to Draft Academy and everybody over there because they had all of that footage of me tripping, and they
didn't use it.
They didn't use it.
That's
they was
what I say because I ain't never seen none of that.
Yeah, they was like, "Nah, we ain't gonna,"
because they couldn't.
Yeah, they was like, "We ain't gonna do that to you." They was like, "We ain't gonna do that to you." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we know that it was emotional and it was a tough moment. Like, we're not gonna do that to you. We just gonna
because you do see like the different times where guys think that they gonna go high and then they slide maybe out of the round or go to the bottom of the round and they just be sitting there and be a little emotional. They don't necessarily be doing all crazy stuff, but like I was in that motherfucker trip. Yeah, I would have hated being there, bro, and not going to the next to the next day.
Who was that? That was Aaron Rodgers who was sitting at the table to the second day.
The whole time.
Man, the whole time I'm like, I'm about to be sitting here looking, they gonna have a camera on my face. And sure enough, I'm sitting there as the pics keep going and they right there and I'm just like, this motherfucking camera.
Right, like I can imagine thinking I'm a first day guy showing up and then end up being like a second day guy, but now I'm walking across the stage on second day. Yeah. Like that look a little crazy.
Yeah. So that whole experience was really, really wild, bro. And
nigga iced out in that bitch. Hold on, quit playing.
Yeah, I had shout out to my jeweler at the time, AJ. Had spent a quick 130. Presidential bust down, Rolly.
Oh, okay, yeah. Niggas is acting different.
You know what I'm saying? You see that Mizzou ring.
Niggas acting different out there, boy. Quit playing.
Man, around that time, that's when the ice coming out.
No, yeah, for sure.
But yeah, this moment was incredible for me. But it was just you could go into me getting busted in that case and the difference that it made for my career because, what if I go to Jacksonville at 3? What if I go to Atlanta at 5?
Oh, yeah. It would have been.
You know what I'm saying? What if, I go to the Broncos, the situation I personally don't think was the best situation set up at the time, but we win a ring first year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And